This is the 2025 Subaru Forester Hybrid, and this is our mountain test course. How good is the all-wheel drive system in this vehicle? Well, we're going to find out right now on Driving Sports TV. This episode of Driving Sports TV is brought to you by Onyx Off-Road. Click the link below to save 20% off your new membership using the code DSTV. The Subaru Forester has historically been a go anywhere, do anything, very practical kind of crossover. The model we're testing today is the all-new hybrid touring trim. This is powered by a 2.5-liter Boxer 4-cylinder engine that's enhanced with a pair of electric motor generators. This, of course, retains Subaru's Symmetrical All-Wheel Drive System, since the electric motors are integrated into the transmission. Total system output here is 194 horsepower, making this the most powerful Forester you can buy today. It's also the most efficient, with an EPA rating of up to 35 miles to the gallon. We're going to kick off the test with the easier trails, starting with the Rattler and the Sidewinder, and then if it gets through both of those, then we're going to tackle the ladder, which is a very steep 25-degree angle. So we're going to basically answer the question, has electrification ruined symmetrical all-wheel drive? It's a big question. So we got some big tests to figure it out. Now, normally, our requirement for mountain test course is, of course, ground clearance and all-terrain tires. I am making an exception here with this particular vehicle because I think it can do it. And I want to see just how far we can push this new hybrid symmetrical all-wheel drive system. And yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Now, of course, symmetrical all-wheel drive relies on brake vectoring, that is, applying brakes to spinning wheels to shift power around the system. It has a clutch in the middle that is always engaged to some degree. It is a nominal 60-40 split, but it will vary, of course, depending on conditions. And it has a lockup function that automatically locks and unlocks as necessary. There's nothing that a driver needs to be worried about. A couple things I am worried about today are, of course, these are just regular all-season tires, and we are going to be going on some fairly sharp rocks. Also, ground clearance, 8.7 inches, that sounds great, right? But we have a 19-degree approach angle because Subaru's Boxer motor sits low and far out, and so you end up with a kind of a long nose in front of the tires. And that can be problematic for things like what I have here, a ditch. So I'm going to go and turn on the front camera. I can see exactly where the ditch is. I do have tracking lines down on the bottom there. And I'm going to listen for grinding. Let's not break this thing. This does belong, of course, to Subaru. They're loaning it to us for this review. Oh, yeah, there we go. Up and over. Departure angle is a little bit better, so if we can clear the nose, usually we can clear the rear, no problem. This first course that we're going to do is called the Rattler. This is a rock-covered road. I know it's kind of hard to tell with all the grass that's on it, but trust me, under the grass, it's all rocks. And they're fairly sharp ones too. Now, this isn't going to be terribly difficult. The most challenging part is the climb out, but it basically is the start. And then we will escalate as we go. For this particular trail, we don't really need X mode. I'm not even going to bother with turning it on. I'm just going to drive it. I'm going to turn the front camera on though, so I can kind of see what's approaching the front of the vehicle a little bit lower and closer. Are we going to get any bumps, or is 8.7 inches enough? A lot of people will make the mistake of basically creating parallels between a unibody crossover like this and its 8.7 inches and a vehicle that has a solid axle and its 8+ inches of ground clearance. The fact is that with a solid axle, you get more usable clearance by just the nature of the way the suspension kind of lifts the chassis up a little bit while it's articulating. With independent suspension on all four corners, like on this Forester, the wheels just kind of go down without pushing the chassis up. So you have less functional ground clearance. That said, the Subaru's 8.7 inches is still one of the best in the class. At this point, we're just going to ease up. Now, it is going to get a little complicated on the climb out here. We're going to do the hard inside line. So I'm going to go ahead and do X mode, deep snow and mud. That allows for additional wheel spin, and that extra spin when the wheel brakes kick in, it shifts even more power. It basically makes it more aggressive. It also adjusts the throttle so that I have a little bit more control over it. I'm just going to maintain a little momentum. We're going to climb up. It's going to take traction off a tire. I'm full throttle. Can it figure it out? Or are we going to dig? Let's not dig because I don't want to damage the wheels. This is the hard line. Can it do the hard line, or is it going to overheat? Oh, it's having trouble already. I think we need to do a slightly easier line. This line might be a little tough for it. Normally we do more extreme SUVs on that line. Keep driving up. Now this is rather steep. This is, where did that go? Car info. We're over 20 degrees right now. Keep throttle in. Is it going to adjust? Oh, not making any progress there. Huh. Let's try just regular snow dirt. Less wheel spin. Okay. Now we are on 19-inch wheels. These are standard all-season tires. They are really not designed for this, but we're giving it the good old college try anyway. A little momentum, keep us moving, and up and out. We did finally make it out, but we did have to take a slightly easier line. Now, because we're also in X mode snow dirt here, if I lift off the throttle, it'll actually do a hill descent control depending on the rate that I am driving, which is kind of cool. I do prefer a more manual control, but at least it has the feature. Some manufacturers only put that feature on their more rugged off-road vehicles. Subaru pretty much puts it on all of their crossovers. Now this might rub. Let's see what we got. Let's see if we're going to push any dirt. Slight. Yeah, we're going to push dirt there. Let's get a little bit better angle here. So, angled like that is what I really want to do. Probably hit it more from this angle. Driving off-road is all about angles. Ooh, there we go. Obstacle detected. I need to turn off driving assistance, turn off pre-collision braking. Yes, it'll re-enable when I turn it back on, turn off lane keep, rear detection. Okay, everything should be off now. Let's see if we can go forward, or is it going to cut throttle on us again? Nope, and we're going to start climbing, so we are good. A little rub on that brake over, maybe? Oh, no. Cool. On to the challenge. And clearly I need to actually tidy this up a little bit. It's starting to get overgrown. So, drive, snow dirt, I want minimal wheel spin. I want it just to push us forward. So at this point, we're taking traction off the driver's side. And I'm just crawling forward. Yep, still making progress, no problem. Symmetrical all-wheel drive doing its job. Here we're taking traction off both the front passenger side and the rear. I'm just holding throttle in steady, and it's moving us forward. There we go. Yeah, no problem. So we're on an incline. We lost traction on two wheels. It was still able to make progress. And I'm just keeping a steady throttle. I'm like 10% on throttle, just inching over. I think we're going to probably rub here. Let's just go real gently to make sure we don't break anything. A little rub, not too bad. And then up the Sidewinder we go. Another ditch. Oh. I've been driving highly capable vehicles on this course a lot lately, and it's really made me forget just how difficult this course is for regular vehicles. Come on, throttle. There we go. Whew. Okay, Sidewinder. Let's just keep enough momentum to get us up, but not so much that we're going to launch into the side. Up we go. A little teeter-totter at the top a little bit. Oh yeah, no problem. No problem. Nose in gently. Come on, you got this. Just keeping that throttle partial, and it's letting us move forward. Okay, and all the way up. With what we learned on both the Rattler and the Sidewinder, we're now going to attempt the ladder. It is a very steep climb. It maxes out at about 26 degrees, which I believe is one of the steepest tests that you'll find anywhere on YouTube for vehicles like this. Of course, this being just the hybrid, it's not a wilderness version. It doesn't have any extensive underbody protection. It just has pieces of plastic essentially. So we have to be careful in rubbing the belly. Also, ground clearance, 8.7 inches. These are all things we have to worry about. Oh, and of course, 19-inch wheels with all season tires, not even just regular all season, but like, high economy ones. So they're gonna be super hard and have basically very little grip. So this is gonna be fun. So this is the ladder. It is a very steep, very rather slippery climb. We have rocks, we have loose dirt, and we even have a ditch up there, which is going to really move traction off the axles. Whew. So can the Forester make this climb? I mean, even the Subaru Crosstrek Wilderness last year struggled on it. Oh, no, this course is actually legitimately still a little difficult. Okay, we're at 22-degree climb, 24, 25. So we're at 25-degree climb at the max. We have a little ditch here we're going to pop into. That's passenger wheel down, which means we remove traction. We're only lifting up with one wheel here. I'm just keeping throttle in. I am doing nothing else. See if the vehicle can sort it out. No. So let's try a little momentum through here and throttle through. And oh, come on, it's so close. It's right at the precipice of success. And yes, we got through. So will this Forester hybrid basically act the same, or is it going to act different? We're going to compare this powertrain versus that Subaru Crosstrek Wilderness to see if this is compromised. This is going to be interesting. Combination slippery dirt, incline, and of course very round rocks. No problem. So for this, I am going to just maintain X mode snow dirt because I want to have minimal wheel spin. If that turns out to not get us up, I might switch out to deep snow mud. Let's just crawl slowly. Let's not damage anything. See if we can just do an intentional climb here. Now I could air the tires down, but that would make it easier for it. Oh, let's also get car info. We're at 20 degrees right now. Just slight throttle, just a little bit. There we go. Come on, you gonna do it? Oh, I'm hearing ticking from the system. Oh, I am full throttle and it is cutting power. Let's turn off traction control. Oh, VDC cannot be turned off. Well, let's go back to X mode normal and turn off VDC and see what that does. I'm guessing it's just gonna spin tires. Oh, actually, it's, whoa, now we're just spinning tires, okay. Yep. Yeah, just see, X mode is part of the traction control system. So if you turn it off, you basically turn off X mode, which is, useful for certain situations, but not all of them. I'm kind of feeling like the big issue here is actually the tires, because we have no grip. We have no grip anywhere. So even if it could shift power, what's it shifting it to? Nothing. Oh man, it's not liking it. Let's back up and reset. Yes, I know rear auto braking is disabled. I turned it off on purpose. Okay, let's see if we can just do it with a little bit of momentum here. Add a little throttle. We're in X mode, no dirt. A little throttle. You know what? This is not working. Wow, it is not liking this course. So I'm going to give it one more try. I'm going to do X mode, deep snow and mud, put it into drive. Let's see if any better. Now this is going to allow for more wheel spin, which normally would let us kind of churn through. Whoa, whoa, are we going? Are we going? What? Remove traction off that wheel. Oh. Once we remove traction off the front wheel, and actually the front wheel and driver rear, that's where we lost our progress. Let's ease down just a little bit. Throttle in. How are we going to get over this? I think 20 degrees might be the limit for this thing. I'm going to get it. I'm just full throttle. Yeah, it's not liking that. Full throttle, straight wheels. Yeah, without momentum, 20 degrees is not going to work. Let's go harder. Oh, the nice thing, we've had no error messages so far. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get through this. Now, I have to say, even the Crosstrek Wilderness with Falken Wildpeak AT4W tires needed some momentum to get through this. Ultimately, it had enough grip to overcome the incline. This one, I just feel like all the tires are slipping. And if all the tires are slipping, there's nothing for X mode to do here. So would I like the functionality of a proper rear locker? Of course I would, and that would work better here. That's why vehicles like the Bronco Sport Badlands Edition do better on this hill climb, is because they can lock those two rear wheels together properly. This one, relying on brake vectoring, it just cannot get enough juice to go side to side. So I think that's it. We're going to go ahead and back down. Now, I am going to say that in X mode, hill descent control also works in reverse. Oh, that's full brake, and we are sliding. That shows you how slippery this is. Now, I could hear the brakes kicking in to kind of guide us straight, but yeah, we were legitimately sliding down that. That is the downside of tires like this, and that's why we normally only do this type of a test with proper all-terrains. Well, let's do it. This is the same Subaru Forester Hybrid, and now it's equipped with a set of Falken Wildpeak AT4W tires wrapped around a set of 17x7 Steelies with a positive 38 offset. This should answer once and for all whether or not it's a powertrain issue or if it was merely a matter of grip. Fun fact, these are the exact same tires that we actually had on that Crosstrek Wilderness that we had a long-termer on last year. So yes, this is as equal of a comparison as we can really make, spanning space and time. I'm just going to line up here on the climb, and we're just going to basically repeat everything that we did last time. So like before, I'm going to turn on X mode. And X mode, if we spin the wheels too much, it'll actually shut down. The speed is about 12 miles per hour where it shuts off, and then it comes back on again when we dip below 12 miles per hour. So obviously that's not speed travel, that is wheel velocity. So we have to be careful not to over rotate the tires. So I'm in X mode type 1. Actually, let me get a gauge up here so we can see the angles. Car info. And we are starting off at an 18-degree climb. I'm just keeping the throttle in very slightly. I'm gonna let this kind of do the work. That's full throttle. It's not getting it sorted, so we're gonna use a little momentum to get us out of this rut. There we go. Start marching up. Come on, you got this, you got this. Oh yeah, it's doing it, it's doing it. Now we're gonna hit the ditch right here. What's it gonna do? What's it gonna do? Keep that throttle in. Now I didn't want to use just momentum to get through the ditch, so I actually did lift there on purpose. because I want to replicate what we did last time. We were in the ditch. Can we get out of it? Now with the Crosstrek Wilderness, we were able to use a little momentum here, a slight bump, and it had enough power to get us through it. This one, it's trying. Okay, let's try deep snow and mud now, see if that improves the situation. A little bit more wheel spin. Let's get this lined up a little bit here. Okay. And with deep snow and mud, is it going to work? It's trying. I'm hearing it. Oh, man. This is so tough. It just can't put enough power down. I feel like it's really close, though. So on the Crosstrek Wilderness, there is one other thing that is quite different, and it's the fact that it has a different final drive in the rear. And that actually can make a difference between getting there and not, if we could just get through this ditch. Okay, well, let's straddle the ditch a little bit more. Keep traction down. Actually, let's just go around the ditch. See if that's going to help the situation. Oof, it is tough here. Can I even back down? Now, of course, I do have traction control still on. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, we hit a rock. Rock rolling down. Okay, let's try this again. Come on. I refuse to lose. Don't have to worry about damaging the wheels now. Let's do it. Come on. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to do one more attempt here, and I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way with a little velocity. Wow, we're still sliding down this. This is a very tricky hill, in case you can't figure it out. Obviously, it looks so much easier on whenever we do it with, I'm full brakes, by the way. It looks much easier when we do it with, like, you know, a proper off-roader. These soft rotors always have a hard time here. Sometimes harder than others, though. Okay. Let's juice it. Let's do it. Full throttle march. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Yes! Are we going to do it? Oh, we're on the last. Oh, are you kidding me? And now I'm starting to go backwards. Wow, this soft stuff, it just can't get through it. I think we've definitively answered. This powertrain is not as capable as, say, for example, the Crosstrek Wilderness. Obviously, the Wilderness is more set up for stuff like this. This hybrid is definitely more set up for economy, and it has a really good all-wheel drive system too. If you're dealing with like little 10-degree inclines, it's fine. It does a great job. But once you start getting into this steeper stuff, we're at what now, 26 degrees, it just cannot put the power down. So be aware of the capabilities of the vehicle, and yeah, I think that's it. Question answered. For Driving Sports TV, I'm Ryan Douthit. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, share videos to make them for you. Hope you enjoy them. And we'll see you again right here on the next one.